This is a high day for our church. Tyrone, this is in many ways your day and the day for God and you. And here are the witnesses. And we are so glad to be part of this. What a day. What a day. And I can just imagine another one that will be similar to this one, but we won't talk about that one now. Happy Sabbath, everyone. And I'm glad that you have come here to this place. Mom and Dad, Bill and Aaron, welcome you. Welcome your family. Taron, welcome your friends. A lot of them here today. Welcome those of you who have come maybe for the first time to Mount Gravatt Church. And to especially our regular members as well. It is good to see the house full for an occasion like this. We are going to also cover what we are covering in our series, but I really believe it fits so well to what is happening here today. I entitled a little address today, which is going to be much shorter, The Forgetfulness versus Remembering the Secret of Our Downfall or Flourishing. And here are the three questions, Tyron, I'm asking you, of myself, and of the church today. What is the pattern of evil? When I talk about evil, and as we think about what happened yesterday in France, pure evil, isn't it? 84 people at least, 204 injured, 52 injured really badly, and don't know if they will survive. Evil. A lot of them were children. That's evil. And if you read the Bible, especially if you go to the book of Judges, you find this pattern of evil being repeated over and over and over and over again. So we're going to look into this pattern of evil as we also look at the beauty of God's goodness, as we are going to contrast it to God's goodness. That's the first question we asked. What is the pattern of evil? The second one, what is the root of evil and personal and corporate downfall? Possibly your downfall and my downfall. And the third question we ask is, how is evil reversed? How is evil reversed? Is it possible? So, in the book of Judges, you find this, as I said, over and over again. And this is the expression that repeats itself at least 8 times in the book of Judges. This is how it goes. People did evil in the eyes of the Lord at least 8 times. And I'm going to show you what is this pattern, what is really this evil that Bible speaks about. This is how it starts. People turn away from God. That is the very first step, and I'm going to zoom in on that in just a second. But that is the very first step. Turn away from God. Number 2, they end up in idol worshiping. Next step. Third step, they do evil. They suffer miserably. And then they cry out to God, and God sends judges to save them. Over and over and over again, you see this pattern. And then you ask yourself a question, why? Why is this repeated so many times? What is going on? Don't they get it? Don't they get it? Should this pattern stop? Why do we have to slide and finish in misery and cry out again and again and again and again? Something is going on. This is what happens, and this is the secret when you look at it very carefully. In chapter 3 of the book of Judges, it states this: "And the people of Israel did what was evil in the sight of the Lord." But watch where the beginning of evil starts. Okay? This is the root of it. They forgot the Lord their God and served the Baals and the Asheroth. They did evil in the eyes of God. And when it starts to expand on that evil, the very starting point is that they forgot. It is so simple. Nothing radical. So easy to forget. So what does it mean to forget? What does it mean to forget? Just think about it. You're just indifferent. You're just passive, not active. Just being passive, inactive. That's all that is. In other words, it's you don't actively remember. You don't actively engage your mind. You don't actively engage your heart. So when you think about the root of evil, it is in good people forgetting, just being passive in relationship to God, who He is and what He has done. I want you to see it clearly. So let me read the text again. And the people of Israel did what was evil in the sight of the Lord. They forgot the Lord their God and served Baals and Asheroth. So forgetting of God means that something switches off within you. Something switches off. But as something switches off, something switches on. So there is no middle ground. And we are so prone towards it. So that the root of evil is in passivity, in not actively remembering who God is and what He has done, as we doze off, if you will, and do nothing. In fact, we do something. Something switches on. Our heart automatically looks for another God, a substitute God. And that's why it's so dangerous, because it starts so innocently, just simply forgetting, just not being actively engaging our minds and our hearts towards who God is and our relationship with Him. And something automatically switches on and seeks a substitute God. So, the roots of idol worshipping is indifferent and passive towards God and active towards idols and in love with them. And I guess this is your sermon, Tyron. This is talking about your life and the life of all of us. And it is so easy. It is so easy. But what does it mean to be spiritually indifferent? Think about yourself. Think about yourself. What does it mean to be spiritually indifferent? This is what I'll put to you. It means the loss of understanding who God is and what God has done. If you don't do it on a regular basis to remind your mind who God is and engage in regularly refreshing your mind of who God is and what God has done, you will slide. You will switch off and something else will switch on within you. If you forget in your mind who God is and what He has done, the sliding will start. Second, the loss of feeling of God's love for you, the loss of obedience to God. So it is not only mind, but it is your heart. Your love for God is not just in your mind, but it is in your heart. It is so important to exercise the spiritual discipline of knowing God through His Word. So much so that our heart is just enlarged for Him. If we don't do it regularly, if we are not spiritually disciplined, what it means is that you forget. And it sounds so innocent. It's nothing special, when in fact it's everything. You just switch off. And as you switch off for him, you switch on for somebody else. Simple as that. Simple as that. So what happens is that you gain a feeling in love for idols, and you become obedient to those idols. So simple, but so true. So simple, but so true. So when we forget and start worshiping idols, this is what God does. And you see it over and over and over again in the book of Judges. God sends two things. A judgment, accompanied with pain. And number two, he sends a savior. So he sends a judgment, and it will come. And he sends a savior. Now, look what it says. And he sold them into the hand of Cushan-Rishathaim, king of Mesopotamia, and the people of Israel served Cushan-Rishathaim 8 years. But you will see when you read the book of Judges that every single time it's more and more serious, more and more serious. They're back into slavery, if you will. But when the people of Israel, and look him sending now a savior, but when the people of Israel cried out to the Lord raised up a deliverer for the people of Israel who saved them, Othniel, the son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother. So what God does, he would send a judgment. And he better does. He better does. When we switch off towards him and we forget him and we stop remembering who he is and what he has done, and we switch on towards the idols, if he is to return us to himself, he will let us taste the consequences of our choices, and the judgment comes. But in his mercy, as we cry out, God of love responds, and he sends a savior. So, let's zoom in on that very first step, and that is forgetting. The question we ask is, how is evil reversed? And I'm just going to share briefly, actively practice the three remembering. Tyrone, in the up and down of your life, and you will have them. I want you to remember these three. How to deal with the forgetfulness of mind and heart towards God. First, remember to accept your Savior daily. That's number one. Number two, remember to wholly fear God the Judge. And remember to worship the Creator daily and weekly. Let me explain. In Deuteronomy 5:15 it says, and remember that you were slave in the land of Egypt, and the Lord your God brought you out from there by a mighty hand. Remember that you were a slave in the land of Egypt. And you know what it means to be in the land of Egypt. And that God brings you out of that slavery. Remember. I want to read another text. And this is Jesus now in the upper room. And he shares the Last Supper with his disciples. And as they take that bread, he says to them, as you eat this daily, and as we do it as a church from time to time, do it in remembrance of me. Remember what I've done for you. And actively remembering what Jesus has done for you does something against your forgetfulness and slip sliding into evil. Remember, the cross of Calvary looms large and has to loom large every single day of a Christian life. actively remember, people of God, actively remember what Jesus has done on the cross of Calvary for you and for me. Don't ever forget. Don't just say once is enough. No, it's not enough. You will switch off. So on a daily basis, may the cross of Jesus loom large. As you open the Word and you see what He has done for you. Ellen White would put it this way, and she would say, if we would only daily and 1 hour a day meditate on what happened on the cross of Calvary. Remember Jesus. It's not enough once. It's not enough twice. Every day. If you don't want to slide into evil, remember. Remember to wholly fear God the judge, and daily. Remember, do not forget how you provoked the Lord your God to wrath in the wilderness. Judgment is real. And also remember to worship Creator God daily and weekly. Remember what it says. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor, but the 7th day is the Sabbath for the Lord your God. For in 6 days the Lord has made the heavens and the earth, and He rested on the 7th day. 3 remembers. Those 2, the first 2 is remember it daily. And the next one, the last one, remember it daily as well as weekly. When we gathered here on Sabbath day, we want to remember Creator. We want to thank the Savior. We want to understand that there is a judge. And let us remember it. Let us always remember it. And this reminds me really on the last message to this world that is just reeling in the evilness of evil. And God is calling the last generation of people who live on the earth. Look at the message again. Then I saw another angel flying in midair, and he had eternal gospel. Accept the Savior. Accept the Savior daily. Do not forget. Remember Him. To proclaim to those who live on the earth, to every nation, tribe, language, and people, He said in a loud voice, fear God and give Him the glory, because the hour of His judgment has come. Worship Him who made the heavens and the earth and the springs of water. Accept the Savior every day of your life. Every day of your life. Worship Creator God every day of your life, and on Sabbath when you come together with all those who belong to Him. And understand that He is a judge. And let us live in a holy fear, not a negative fear, but a kind of fear that says, I don't want to do this. I don't want to get out of this loving relationship that I have with God. Tyron, this is your day. And this is our day. It is easy to slip and slide by simply forgetting. And I pray that we don't. And I pray that we remember daily, weekly. May God bless you. And may God bless us all. And now, Kathy and Tyron, you're going to sing a special song for us, and we want to hear it.